The reason why I chose this city, Urbino, is my dad had studied abroad in Italy for his landscape architecture degree from Rutgers. It is iconic for the notable, remarkable history legacy of independent Renaissance patron Federico da Montefeltro from 1444 to 82. The artist Raphael was born to the parents of Giovanni Santi and mother Maggio in 1483. Then he moved to Rome until his death in 1520 and is also known as a prince of painters. It is also known for its architecture, art, and literature. Some basic history: it is among the Adriatic coast just south of Rimini, comes from Urbanium, Hortense town in central Italy. In the beginning with Monte, the Italian word for mountain, the name Montefeltro reflects the mountainous character of the terrain surrounding Urbino, founded by Umbrians, occupied by Etruscans, Celts, and Gauls in the 3rd century BC by Romans. It fell under in the 9th century, ceded in 12th century to the Montefeltro family. The Montefeltro family gained control of Urbino in 1234 and ruled as lords. Mausoleum of San Bernardino in the 15th century, seat of Archbishop Lake 15th century cathedral was rebuilt neoclassic style after earthquake in 1789. Historic sites: Ducal Palace, which is now known as the National Gallery of Marches, important collection of paintings, the most beautiful dwelling of the Renaissance. Casa Natale di Raffaello is where the artist was born. The Cathedral of Urbino and University of Urbino. Churches: San Giovanni Battista de' Orti has 15th century frescoes by Lorenzo Salambini. San Giuseppe, early 16th century, composed of 2 chapels, one of which contains a 16th century stucco Presepio or nativity scene by the Federico Brandani with highly naturalistic life-size figures. San Francisco, the 14th century church was originally a Gothic Romanesque edifice, but an 18th century restoration has left only the portico and the bell tower. The interior has a nave and 2 aisles and houses of the Pardon of St. Francis, a 15th century work by Barocci. San Bernardino Church outside the city center, housing the tombs of the Dukes of Urbino. Language is Romano dialect, threatened language to older generations, neglected to pass on the dialect as native tongue to generation. Culture: Chiesa San Lorenzo, folk dance in the Piazza Rinascimento during the summer, and the Renaissance was when the city was really thriving. Foods are cherries, formaggio, and 2 dishes are pastelli, which is half flour and half cheese, and crusciccia, which is bread.